Hey guys, alright, this is Scandal, Season 4, Episode 4. Let's just go on into this. First thing we see, Jake's outside looking suspect. I'm wondering what the hell's going on. And then he literally blows this car up, and I believe it was Rowan's car. So I'm like, Jake, you better go somewhere and sit down. You're going to keep on fooling with Daddy Pope, and he's going to let you have it. You just keep on playing. But anyway, he blows the car up. Then he's having dinner with Liv, and she gets a phone call. So naturally, I'm thinking it's about the car blowing up and all that. But it's not. It's not. It's a phone call from Karen, which is Fitz's daughter. This little whore that got herself into some drama and called her stepmother. So she calls Liv. Liv calls Cyrus. Cyrus is laid up in the bed with the motherfucking gigolo. I'm so disappointed with him with that. But he's laid up in the bed with this clown who's steadily framing him and carrying on. So she gets Cyrus up and tells him, basically kind of not everything that's going on, but some of it. She gets Quinn on it. They go. This girl done went and slipped the Secret Service and went on to a party at another dorm, at another school. And once Liv gets there, finds out, they literally flew this whore off of the roof. Okay? They had a helicopter drop down and they flew her off the fucking roof back to the White House. Well, on the way there, there's a fucking sex tape. Her and two other little boys. Okay? They done some of everything. She don't even remember everything because she's stoned and drunk out of her mind. And they did a little move on her called the Eiffel Tower. And all this kind of carrying on. She had a real live sex tape. And I guess if you don't know what the Eiffel Tower thing is, you can go and Google it. But more or less, it's... Let me go on and explain it to y'all. It's two guys and a girl. And one is basically hitting it from the back. Now, vision this now. Somebody's hitting it from the back. The other one's standing up, getting brain. And the two of them are high-fiving. So it looks like the Eiffel Tower. With little nasty, the USA's first girl in the middle, giving gawkage, blockage, and dockage, honey. Nasty. Karen, you're nasty. You're just like your goddamn mammy and your daddy. But anyway, so all of that's going down. There's this sex tape. Once they get back to the White House, Fitz is pissed with everybody but Karen, okay? Someone did this. I want heads. How did she get away from the Secret Service? This, that, thing, and the other. Everybody but Karen. You mad at every motherfucker but the bitch sucking dick and taking dick. How that work, Fitz? Anyway, so Karen ends up telling him, you're sad. That you think that somebody did something to me. I had to be being raped or taken advantage of. What about what I did to them? He jumped up and gave her, you little what, honey? Little what? And she basically let him know, I did what I wanted to do. Okay. But anyway, so we move on with all that. Then Fitz begged Liv to get on the case and get rid of everything. So being as though it was Karen, she was like, fuck it, I'll go ahead and I'll do it. So she starts handling it. So that put her into the White House. Abby's having an issue. Because, Abby wants to be Olivia Pope. And she basically, every time Liv shows up, that's the issue for her. So she's seeing Huck and Quinn walking the hall, was like, you all got to go. Why are y'all here, this, that, and the other? Well, Cyrus was coming down the hall. Cyrus basically stopped her and read the dog shit out of Abby and told her, you spend your days and your nights being jealous of Olivia Pope. You are not Olivia Pope. You will never be Olivia Pope. Nobody's even looking for you to even think that you're anything like or half as good as Olivia Pope. And you need to stop. Because that jealousy is horrible. You need to get over it. So he let her ass go on and have it. It was a mess. She put Quinn on it to find the boys and all that. Of course, you know, Quinn and Huck got that together. Found the 2 boys. Really got the one who actually has the tape. They go ahead and get his parents in to the office. And they're just going to try to clear everything up. Well, wouldn't you know, these motherfuckers decided they're going to blackmail the White House for $2.5 million. They're going to try to bribe. So Liv was like, okay. She didn't like it, but she was like, all right. She goes back to Fitz. She talks to Fitz. He's like, are you serious? She tells him, you know what? It's not worth it to Karen to have this drug through the mud and all this bullshit. Give them the money. You got the money. And just get rid of it. Give them the money and leave it alone, you know. He got a little pissed, but then he going to jump up on her and get to taking her clothes off. And she's emoting. The fact that he's breathing on her got her box just as wet. And she ready to fall into it all. So she basically told him, no, I can't do this. She backs off from him. Tells him, you know, I was gone. He told her, don't ever leave me again. She, you know, they went through that whole bullshit. And she had to tell him that she was actually, when she was gone, she was with Jake. Fitz was pissed. Pissed. So that's what he told her, give him the money and basically dismiss the fuck out of her. You know, he's pissed. Before that actually happened, fucking Melly ran into Olivia in the hall, and Olivia just turned around and just started walking away. And Melly, like, made a whole scene in the hall. She's hollering, Olivia Pope. She ran down and grabbed Liv. And Liv's looking at her like, bitch, if you don't take your motherfucking hands off my good ass motherfucking suit jacket, bitch. And Melly's like, what are you doing here? I don't want you here. You don't have any business in my house. This, that, thing, and the other. She went on off. She told her, you know what, you need to go check that out with your husband. Well, you know that burned Millie's fucking britches. She ran her ass up in there and ran up on Fitz and told Fitz, why is she here? Why is she in my house? I want her out of my house, this, that, and the other. She's reading and she's carrying on and she's going on. And then he broke Melly the fuck up. Broke her up. Do you hear me? And told her, you know what? This is what I'm not going to do. I've listened to you. I've dealt with you and all this grieving and this crazy behavior. He said, I'm running a country here and trying to be a parent while I've dealt with smelly Melly, screw everything Melly, dirty ass robe and underpants Melly, and you getting drunk and eating and drunk at 11 a.m. every morning. He said, I've had it basically with that. I've had it. So after he read her and broke her all down, he's looking at her like, yeah, bitch. What, bitch? That bitch turned right around and said, because he told her, he said, you know, you should be glad. And she said, I didn't call Olivia. Karen called Olivia. And you should be glad she did, and you should be glad she came. She's like, I should be glad. And that's what he said, yeah, there was a sex tape. She's stuck in a sex tape. And all this carried on. She was standing there quiet after he read her. Then that bitch was like, no, I'm not going to lose the argument. That's just not going to happen. She said, a sex tape? Then that means she's just like her father. She takes right after her father, doesn't she? And then she pumped on out the office. That Melly is too many things. But I think the whole jolt of this is going to bring her out of that depressed state that she's actually in. Because Melly went to see that motherfucking daughter. Her daughter was trying to get a little cute. And she was like, bitch. Not at all. She said, if you could tell me that you liked what you did and you did it because that's what you wanted to do, I would stand up with you with that. But that's not it. That's not it. You're trying to do whatever it is. You're being reckless. And she told her, and if you were a boy at this point, they would be high-fiving you. But you're not a boy. You're a girl, and I'm going to need you to keep your motherfucking knees together, bitch. I said, okay, Melly's back. She back in mother mode. So that was cool. But girl, you can't keep Fitz away from Olivia, honey. He is in love with the black box, honey. You can forget that, Bella. You can shave, change your underpants and all that. Baby, your husband's gone with that damn Olivia Pope. He's just whipped up. They're whipped up on each other. But anyway, okay, so we had all that going on. That was really exciting. I love this fucking show. But then we, in the midst of all that, you know, we got Rowan and Jake going through their thing. Rowan then went and told Tom, his golden boy, Jake Ballard has to go. Flat out. So he's saying, you know, Jake knows all my moves. He used to be command. There's nothing I can do to kill Jake. I'm going to fuck around and die fucking with Jake. You know, and he's like, you know what? Get it done. I don't give a fuck. You were one of my favorites, but you could quickly become my enemy. You know, he went through a long dissertation of saying it, but that's basically what saying, you'll be my enemy and I'll, you know, order for both of y'all to be dead. So they went through a whole thing. Jake got all the information he needed to prove that Tom killed Little Jimmy, and it was under the orders of Rowan. The way it all ended up working out, they got Tom and was interrogating him. At the same time, Jake couldn't get to Fitz fast enough because some shit jumped off, and he couldn't get to him to give him the information. And in the midst of it all, they're like interrogating Tom. The shit ain't adding up. It's putting him into place to say he actually did the murder. And then they're like, who gave the order? And then they switch up and Rowan comes in. Rowan actually came in, sitting up in there. He starts interrogating him. So he's saying, who gave you the order, soldier? Who gave you the order? And Tom's like, please, sir. Please, Mr. President, are you out there? This, that, thing, and other, because you know they're on the other side of the glass you can't see. And he knew the president was out there. He's like, going on, and he kept going until he made a perjure himself, and he said Jake Ballard. So Tom called himself, he going to set up Jake. But you need to know, you killed the president's son. Your head's going to roll anyway. He should have just went ahead and fucking said, Rowan, it was you, you motherfucker. Because he's going to die anyway. You're going to die anyway, you dumb bastard. But anyway, he put it on Jake. So Rowan got everything. Well, you know, Rowan is the man. Daddy Pope is the motherfucking shit. That's why every time we do something, they play James Brown. Because he's the motherfucking shit. But anyway, so he got everything pinned on Jake and got Jake all yanked and snatched up. And that's basically where we kind of went out at. So I cannot wait until next week to see what actually goes on. But anyway, I got to go back because I have to finish about the family who tried to blackmail with Olivia. They got to see Olivia in all her motherfucking colors. She goes ahead, she got the $2.5 million for him. When they sit back down, these motherfuckers tells her, you know what, wait a minute, we actually going to need another $500,000. That didn't go over well. That bitch took her phone, turned that bitch around, started clicking pictures of them. Told them, they said, what are you doing? She said, I'm taking pictures of you. She said, because, you know, I have every media piece on speed dial. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this shit back on you all. And you're dealing in kiddie porn. Because these are underage people. And I will flip this. And I will do whatever it is I need to do to make sure that all the people you call friends right now will write you off and unfriend you as if you never ever existed. You won't be able to come out of your house because I will make sure that everybody in America knows who you are. They will know you. They will see your pictures. And everybody in America will hate you. And I could do that to you. I'm going to ruin you. So I could do that to you because I am the best at it. It's what I do. And there's nobody better than me at doing it. Slapped down some affidavits. Told them, now sign off here. Give up the footage and keep it moving. So that was a wrap. Olivia handled it. She handled it. She called them sons of bitches and everything. It was hilarious. Hilarious. I love her. So she's back. Olivia's back acting nasty and being Olivia. They done fucked with her motherfucking stepdaughter. She got that motherfucking shit together. Anyway, that was it. So, I was sitting on the couch screaming for about a good hour. It was a good episode. It really was. It flowed really, really good. And it was actually easy to keep up with. Because sometimes it's not. Sometimes Shonda puts me to my test, honey, and says, you sit down and you fucking pay attention. But no, tonight it was more laid back and it ran very smooth. But it was a basic scandal story. You know what I mean? We had Fitz and Liv and Melly. It was back to the old script and our background story. Kudos, Shonda. I enjoyed it. All right, guys, you can thumbs up or thumbs down. Leave me comments at the bottom. And follow me over at Twitter at spillitboy. All right, guys, talk to you next week. Bye.